Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday evening and time for some PLO fun after a few weeks of vacations. So we're ready to start in just around a few seconds. And here we go. We have one table open, and for some reason none of my saved settings are saved in my computer. My computer has some issues. It doesn't save pretty much none of the settings. Haven't fixed it yet. But here we go. We have over 500 in our safe crowdfunding. So we're going to start with PLO 20, maybe open one PLO 50 table. And let's see if we can get something going on in there. I would say that we have a 1 or 2 buy-in stop loss for PLO 50. So if we can make profit, it's nice. If we suffer 1 or 2 losses for staff, then we are going back to PLO 20. And I'm trying to find, well, let's open another PLO 50 because there aren't PLO 20 tables open. Going to go there for the waiting list. We've got the nuts here on table 1. And Bob Daddy makes pretty small, 1/4 of a pot pen. If he had bet bigger, then I kind of think that raising might be better. But when it's such a small, let's make a small raise. Because now it looks like we're attacking his small bet sizing and he just gives up, which is really strange. I really thought with that bet sizing he might be inducing something with a smaller set, or he might have some kind of 2 pairs or wrap or something. The tables are they have a funny size. Oh, I can't put them up. Oh crap, can't we make them any bigger? Maybe this is the maximum. Yep. When you're commenting about the hands, remember tables 1 and 2 are on the top, 3 and 4 are on the bottom. We have a couple of minute delay, so always say what table it was and what was my hand. So then I can try to find the hand on replayer or from my poker tracker. And we have Pokerimania's chat working, and we have the Twitch chat working. On table 1, a non-player donks for a pot against 2 people. We just have a cut shot and nothing more. So I cannot find a reason to continue here. I was on a vacation for a few weeks, so that's why there hasn't been PLO evenings for a couple of weeks. But now we're back. Today is in English. And next week is Finnish And please give feedback for the quality of the stream. This is the new laptop. I think I have used it only once for streaming, so not sure how well it works. And then before, now we have the HUD all over the place. Well, let's see it if it fits. We have to pay 50 cents to enter the bot, and wow, people just keep voting. And we flop the second nuts. Effectively, it's a nut when he doesn't see bet, so I'm just going to bet. 4 is kind of a dagger. And if he has air, it doesn't matter what we do, he's going to fold. And I can't find him having a straight that often. So I'm going to bet if he has a bluff catcher, all the draws from the flop miss. So if he has some kind of king queen type of hand, he might bluff catch us on the river. And I'm just going to move these slightly down. Comment hands. I hope there is someone besides Kauris. So if anyone is watching, please say hello in the chat. And sometimes, especially these English evenings, the problem is that there aren't that many viewers. Especially the last session where we actually made a nice profit. I think it was Wednesday evening, so it's kind of bad time, but now it's Friday evening, prime time. So we have Kauris, we have Oppi Poika, no one is on the Twitch chat yet. I'm going to lower my camera just a bit. Oh, he went up. Okay, so now it works. So we have at least 2 viewers. Here we can 3-bet. Our hand is pretty crappy. So actually I'm going to fold it. It's such a crappy hand. And on table 3 we just go to showdown and we actually win with pocket tens. On table 1 we open aces and totally miss the board. And now the board just gets worse and worse. Semi-bad 3-bets. When we have board jabs, I don't like to call. We have no information on him, so we don't know how much we can make moves post-flop. And with pocket jabs, we have to check fold so many flops that I'm happy to give him $1.50 for now. Here our opponent is a shorty, so I'm not going to defend my big blind. Hand isn't that great, and when the opponent is 40 bps deep, then we don't have that much in bladders if we actually hit something. Kyyberi is the first one, so now we have at least 3 viewers. Woo! Prime time, baby. And we flop the open-ender on table 1, and we have a really small donk bet. Calling is profitable for sure. So 14 is not an option. Should we raise? I don't think we achieve a lot by raising. So let's just call and see how the hand develops. And now when he checks, now I can turn my hand into a bluff. If he check raises us, then he has to check then pretty much for sure, and we are happy to fold. But now he just gives up, which is nice. On table 2, let's make a half a pot c-bet. Probably doesn't work. Sukram seems to be such an active guy, and he mean raises us. He might be doing this with the bluff, he might be doing it with the nuts. We have no information on him. So I'm not going to make a move. Sorry, not going to re-raise him here with the bluff. If we had a king blocker, then we probably should, but now against sort of unknown, I don't mind giving up those couple of spots. But when we do have information, then we have to adjust our standard lines. Like in a vacuum, standard line there is to bet fold. One option there is to call on the flop, and if he checks the turn, then we can bluff him. Now he had a set over set. And now we just wait something to happen. Now when we look at the tables, they are kind of bad. So I'm going to put myself in the waiting list for another PL20 table. Table 1 is decent. We have 2 high VPIP players, but table 3 we have regulars and tie players. The only sort of active player is these Triceratops. But it's only 14 hands on him, so no idea what he is after 100 hands. But due to rave, this table 3 is probably not that profitable. We flop here bottom open-ender and a flush draw. And against 3 people, I'm going to check. And let's just see. There's no point bluffing. We have pair of 9s, and any jack operator is definitely not going to fold the river anymore. So this was not our pot. And I'm going to keep this third table on the outside. No, it's not the table I want it to be. So let's keep on finding. If you have any questions related to poker or PLO, just use the chats. Either one of them works, and I'm happy to answer almost anything. So please be active in the chats so we all have fun session. Here on table 4 we flop the middle pair, overpair, and the nut flush draw. Kind of situation where, especially with the overpair, a standard line would be check raise, because even if someone has a set, then we have 11 outs, almost, not that many, 10 outs, and we have a lot of folding equity, and people can stack off with worse hands easily. And let's get it in, and let's see what he has. And he has pocket queens. So that's one of the hands we don't want to see, but we had 34%. So it's not the end of the world if he happens to have a queens. Now he had the queens, so it's kind of sucks for us. We didn't hit any of our 11 outs. And we lost one buy-in. And table 1, Zuyik makes a min 3-bet. And then small c-bet on the flop. But I don't want to bluff the turn, because I think that if he has overpair, he's never folding, and if he doesn't have overpair, I think he would barrel the turn quite often. Here on table 4, I'm going to bluff the turn when no one bet the flop. There shouldn't be a lot of kings. Of course, semi-bad might be tricking us, but if the turn is a river is a non-heart, then I'm going to barrel the river. And he had a king. Wow. Didn't bet the flop. So now we are 1.5 blinds down on PLO 50. His range on the turn, he has a lot of flush draws and some kind of straight draws. So definitely barreling the river is the right play. This time he actually had the king in his hand. So now we're 1.5 blinds down on PLO 50, so we're going to soon drop PLO 50 tables. Table 1, we have blockers to the straight, and we have a small flush draw. So let's bluff it. Table 3, I'm just going to fold. We lose to any pocket pair, and I'm quite sure he has pocket pair quite often there. Table 3 with top pair, definitely c-bet. And table 2 we can limp with bad pocket kings. And now we have to limp call, and poof, we hit the nuts. And when he bets a pot, that often means that he has something, so let's raise it up and see if he wants to stack off. And he does, and he has an open-ender, and boom, we double up. So we get some of the lost money back there, and he had 29% on the flop. Shorty opens. When we have pocket kings, I'm happy to stack off preflop with him. And he has run down and looking pretty good. Can we hold up? Yes, we can. So I'm going to close this table 3. It's not a good one. And I'm going to open this one. So here we have someone with VPIP 75, which is nice. Here we've got 2 pairs on Rice board. I'm going to stack off versus him. And I don't think he has aces that often. But if he raises, it's kind of nasty situation. And we have the Coffee Bun Bro. And here I'm going to check call the river. Not sure if he has a lot of hands to bluff us with. But I would be quite surprised if he actually has a straight and he's really active. And if he has a straight, it's going to be something that got the straight on the river. And he didn't have, he had just a cut shot and flush draw, which he turned into a bluff, so. Ooh. Yeah, the King 7-3, yeah, he might have. He does have kings in his range, but I think he has a lot more in his range too. Especially when he just calls the turn. So I think he is on the river. When we bet with that sizing, we don't have to be successful like 1 out of 3 times. So if he has king less than 2 out of 3 times, then we make profit. So if he has king half of the time, we still make profit with our bet. So that is definitely a river that we want to bet when we don't have a showdown value ourselves. Here table 1, we flop the overpair and the flush draw, and someone calls. I'm going to barrel the turn, because no matter what he has a lot of equity versus us. And if he folds any pair, then it's good for us. And now we have to call $13, which is pretty much pot size bet. So if he has 2 pairs, then we almost have the equity, but if he has a 4-6 or set, we don't have the equity. So I would say that his hand here is always 2 pairs or better, and then we don't have the equity. And now we make a mental note that he check raised the turn. So next time on that kind of situation, checking back the turn is a valid option, because we know that he's capable of check raising those turns, which means that then in position we can see the river and deny him from raising us. Why are we sitting out here? Maybe I ran out of time. Happens often here in Microgaming. Table 1 seems to die. Table 2. No idea what's going on in here. Microgaming works in mysterious ways. And it's alive. Table 4, the aggressive guy bets the flop against 3 people. So he should have a strong hand. We have just a cut shot, middle pair, and some backdoors. So I'm happy to fold this one. Misclick was supposed to raise the button, but now we didn't. Well, at least we confuse our opponent. I'm mixing my game. And we hit the opener. Horseburger donks. I'm going to peel the turn. Quite often turn goes check, and we can draw for free for the river. But now when the jack comes, I think he's going to bet it, which he does. And wow, semi-bad is representing a straight. And he's successful. Premium aces. We get 1 caller and we flop 2 pairs. And opponent donks. Folding is not an option. Raising doesn't achieve much. So let's go and see what happens on turn. And if he fires the turn, then that looks pretty strong, especially when 9 completes. If I have 8-6, 8-7, 6-7 type of hands. Oh, 10 completes even more. I don't think we're going to win the pot unless he has total air, but now a lot of his air makes up the straight. So, not a spot to bluff catch. Here we have a button set, and there's 2 people behind us, so I'm just going to call. And if neither one of them raises except this shorty, then I'm going to fold. But when this pretty active shorty raises here, his range is definitely more than jacks and 5s. And being great just calls. Should tie one. I'm actually going to shove when he just calls. I don't think he has a pocket jacks here. If he has, then well played. So the only hand I'm actually worried about is having pocket 5, but I don't think he just calls with pocket 5s here. He might have overpair with the flush draw. And he has a flush draw and picks up the wrap on the turn. So scoops up the night, but what did he have? Oh, he had pocket 5s. But turn was was a nice card for us, but it was a nice card for Pink Ray, and the thing is that he made a really bad call on the flop, like calling the flop with just the nut flush draw. He doesn't have equity to call a pot size bet, but he did, and it paid off this time. On the outside table we have a 3-bet pot from Flare Ace. We pick up the top 2, so I'm going to check raise and get it in. And here we get it in. Let's see what they have. And there's aces and there's really garbage hand, and we pick up decent pot. And table 1, I 3-bet against 2 people, so we have a pretty strong hand, and then when we flop the top pair on ace 9-9, I'm just happy to bet and pick up the pot. We don't achieve much by checking. And on table 3, we pick up the pot. So I'm not sure where we stand in profit. But if I'm right, we are down something around $50 or 50 euros. So we have to keep an eye on those PLO 50 tables. Oh, we have a 3-bet here on table 2 with pretty tight one. But we are in position 100 pp's deep. Definitely going to peel the flop. And we pick up the 10. If it was rainbow, then it would be nice spot to check raise the flop. But now I'm going to peel once and let's see if we can bluff the turns. 3 is a nice card if he checks. If he has dry aces, then it's sort of a nasty spot for him. And if he goes with some kind of aces, then we have some outs. And now when he shoves ace deuce, even against the bottom of his range, we have only 8 out, so we just cannot call that one, and it kind of sucks. Sure what he has. Strange debate, whatever he has. I'm going to c-bet here on table 4. It's an ace high. So if he doesn't have an ace, it's not easy for him to call. And if I check, then he can bluff with his whole range. And if I check call, then the hand is really hard to play. Now he bets big on the turn. I have to give up. I would assume that if he has a weak ace or some kind of draw, he would often check back the turn. But once he bets, he might have a strong hand on the flop, or he might have made the straight on the turn, or he's just bluffing us, which is one option too. The outside table died, so we have just these 4 tables. Table 4 semi-bad left, so there aren't any huge fishes on the table. So not sure if we should continue in that one. For last control, I'm probably going to change that to PLO 20 table. Let's see if we can find a good one. On table 4, board is sort of dry, so we can see that we have the cut shot and some backdoors in case someone calls. But everyone just folds. Here the cutoff is sort of tighter one, so I'm going to open. The hand is sort of marginal because it's suited to the 10. If it was suited to the ace or king, it would be an easy open 5-handed. But now it's a bit more marginal, but everyone folds, which is nice. We have a pretty tight one here on table 1. And we have 2 sit outs, so it's 4-handed. We're in the cutoff, so we can open this small rundown. And we flop pretty nice. And he calls the flop. One problem is that now the jack really hits his calling range because we block the straight draw, so most likely has 10xxx type of hand. So I'm going to check and let's see if he gives us the odds. Not sure if we can bluff the river. I'm going to give up. And here the calling station calls the turn and river completes draws from the flop. So I don't think any better hands will float, and on the river when he bets there aren't a lot of hands that he can bluff us with. So I'm quite sure he might have some kind of 5/8 or 2 pairs or even a set, who knows, but nothing we can beat. And here we have a flush draw and a cut shot. We make the flush, but the board pairs and the board pairs again, so I'm going to value bet. And he has just a queen jack 8. Overpair and open ender on table 2. Let's pick the pot. Is the webcam still working? Yeah, it does. It's just so dark in here that I wasn't sure. We got a 3-bet from a really tight player, so I would assume that it's really ace heavy, which means that we have a pretty premium hand versus aces. Too bad we totally missed the flop. So now he c-bets and we give up. And here I'm going to double barrel this, always bluffing. Oh dear, that is such a... Oh. Of course we cannot call, because we have nothing, but it's just a weird line to check the flop and raise the turn, especially with that big sizing. Wow. Don't know what to think about these people, but people are having really strange lines here. Strange lines. Well, let's hope he makes moves. No, he folds. Ba-da-da-bum. I'm going to change to my pineapple Fanta. Now we just wait once again to get some kind of hands that we can play. Now here I'm going to raise, please raise, but he calls. Either he has overpair or a flush draw, and often he has the flush draw. Wow, what? Now he bets the river. Could he really bluff the river? And with what? Wow. No idea what he had. Table 4. Oh, table 1 died. Now I'm going to crawl. And now I would assume he checks often if he doesn't have the flush. But he barrels the turn. So when I call the flop, I have a lot of strong hands in my range. I have a lot of flush draws in my range, and when he barrels the turn, he's not scared of the flushes. So I'm just going to give up. Or he thinks that I have overpairs in my range and just barrels them. But and it's the same guy, really aggressive. I'm going to call the turn. And I'm going to fold the river because now my hand looks like a flush draw. And we have just the weak 2 pairs. But he keeps barreling. Wow. Crazy dude. Oops. So at least we make a mental note that these 2 back from whatever is pretty aggressive guy, especially on the turn. Of course, sample size is small. But it looks like he barrels often in spots that he shouldn't have bluffs, but when he does them so often, I'm not sure if he's just crazy or did he just hit a couple of times, but let's make a note. And if we actually hit something strong, he's a real good candidate for us to slow play. Because then it's important that we give him the rope that he can hand himself. Now nuts on table 3. And flush completes on the turn. And now the question is, can we call? If there's a straight or flush, we have 10 outs. So to call 4 euros, we need to win a pot of 16, and after the call, the pot is 15, so we don't need much implied odds, so we can definitely call. And now, to ensure that we get some implied odds, I'm going to make a value bet on the river. He has 450, so he's going to call as always. And he had a flush. Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Oh, close open on table 1 is 5-handed. But neither of the people behind us haven't 3-bet. So I'm confident opening here. And if it says multi-way, it doesn't matter at all. Because we have a lot of nut potential. And on this board, just c-bet, I think this probably is going to fold often enough. course, we have only 3 hands on him, so we don't know much about him, but we have to make assumptions, and in a vacuum he's going to fold often enough, and now on the turn we can definitely value bet, but once he raises, it's a min raise, so I'm not sure what to think about that. I wouldn't think it's a straight ever. Let's see if we can get the showdown. Yeah, if he bets the river, then I'm pretty sure he has us beat. Yep. Banana Carrot is asking, what do I think about Microgaming network? Well, software is bad, but besides PokerStars, it's one of the only networks where you have some PL traffic. And there are some good customers, so to speak. So besides stars, it's something that I do recommend. Here on table 1 I'm using quite a large bet sizing because he seems to be sort of so happy passive player. So if he has a flush, he's not folding, and if he doesn't have a flush, then he's not calling. Here I'm going on table 4, Hendrik is sort of regular, so I'm actually using a bit larger bet sizing to represent the flush a bit more. On number 1 we have the flush draw and the cut shot, and wow, now he's thinking for a long time, so he might have an ace when he thinks for that long, or then he was just distracted. So I'm going to check. Let's see if he checks if my read was right, or he bets here. Yep. I'm going to give them these colors, although they will disappear when I close the software. There was this one hand that I ran in a couple of days ago. It was about a situation where on the river we have a best hand most of the times, but it was interesting spot that should we value bet the river although we are having the best hand almost always. And it's just an interesting topic. It's something that I'm seeing quite often, that people value bet the river. Sorry, and the reasoning is that I have the best hand almost always, but it's not enough to value bet, because to value bet we have to beat over 50% of our opponent's calling range. So even when we have a best hand 99% of the time, it's not enough if we don't beat over half of our opponent's calling range. But I thought about posting it to forums, but I didn't do it yet because I thought that there might be a chance that we're going to do some small videos for Microgaming. And those videos would be around 10 or 15 minutes and made up for especially mobile phones. So they are sort of, I'm going to actually bet for value on level 3. Oh, 3 of 9. Here opponent checks the turn, so we can definitely bet the river, and he's going to bluff catch us, probably with any overpair. But our sizing is, wow, did I just bot the river? I was supposed to bet €6, but, well, I can see how much I bet there. Oh, I did bot the river, wow. Well, nice for him to call, he had pocket queens. So, for some reason I potted it. I was supposed to bet €6.5. But luckily it paid out. Here on level 4, I check the flop and I bet the turn just to protect my hand. And when Burker raises us, he's sort of tight player, but I think he has some bluffs in his range. So I'm going to peel once, and if he fires the river, then I'm going to fold. But it's just, if he's a thinking player, he knows that I don't have full house, almost never. And now he fires the river, so it's kind of a situation that, is he bluffing on often enough? He's winning only 1 out of 5s at the showdowns, really aggressive. Oh, fuck. I was about to press the call button, because he might have a lot of missed draws from the flop that he bluffs on the turn. Because I think that if he has a kings or tens, he would often bet the turn himself, and he's really aggressive on the turn. And I was about to call, not sure if we can lock it this time or not. Bummer. I missed so much from the poker stars that there's the automatic time bank. Franklin is asking what stage I'm playing when I'm not streaming. Well, anything from PLO2 to PLO50. It depends. Normally PLO20, PLO50, and then I have these challenge at PokerStars where I'm going to start from PLO2. But the fact is that, especially now when my summer vacation ends today, I don't have much time of playing myself. So most of the times when I play myself, it's just something that, wow, quads versus not full house, and everyone's low played until the river. So most of the time when I play myself, it's just for fun and for relax. It would be nice if I had time to play, but when you're working, you have two hobbies, and especially in our football, the season is on its way, and playoff starts in 2 weeks. So we have 3 trainings a week, and then there's the game day, and then there's family, and then there's school stuff also. So 2 hobbies: work, school, family, and then some poker coaching. That takes a lot of time. Now we have a hand on table 2, and I'm going to isolate the UTG limper. Let's see how it works. Horseburger folds 88% to C bets. So definitely going to C bet then. Here we don't miss the board, but it says high, and we raised against UTG limp, so we should have a lot of folding activity, and they both snap fold, which is nice. We won the pot with king high. So I was talking about the videos. It's one thing that we have thought about at Poker Mania. We haven't made any decisions. It's just in thought. But it's something that I would really like to do, is to make those short 10 to 15 minutes videos that are designed especially for mobiles. So there would be only one table or replay of only one table with big cards, so it's easy to watch on mobile screen. And if there's any PowerPoints, then the font size would be really big, and so on. So it's something that you can watch when you're on a bus or on a train or waiting for someone at a restaurant or something. Really short videos that you can watch with mobile for quite easily. If Horseburger bets the river, I really hope that 2-back calls, because I'm interested to see what he has. Oh, pocket kings. We got lucky that we didn't play our hand, because we had a blocker to kings, so I would have definitely gone broke with him. I'm going to call Billy Gray. We have top 2 and we have a flush draw, so even if he has a straight, we have decent equity. But once he barrels the river, I'm just giving up. So let's have a king queen. Here we can 3-bet and we call 2 pairs, definitely stepping off. Let's wait for a while and then let's bomb it. Here is that I want to play. I'm not sure what he's representing, but he might have a full house, or then he just bluffs us. But I'm not too worried that, especially in PLO 20, people are going to outplay us when we make a bet there. So I think in a vacuum, it's more likely that he has hit the turn than average player would understand that, okay, when flop goes check check, then I can bet the turn with one out of my hand, so they are going to raise with air most of PLO 20 players don't think that deeply. Most of the time people are just looking their own hands. Some players might be looking the board cards, but only a few PLO 20 or lower players actually think a lot about my hand or ranges or what they represent and can they give me pressure or not. Here internet poker is just so damn tight that ace king 10 just hits his range hard, so I'm just folding the flop. On table 4, if it goes check check, I'm gonna check back or not. I'm not, because still Horseburger folds quite honestly, so this Menon is the one we're worried about. Now when he folds, now I know that my c-bet is profitable. Thing is that Horseburger calls, which then looks a lot like Queen plus. So I'm giving the pot for him. The only hand we actually might beat or might have won in a window turn is some kind of 5-7. And with an 8 we block some of his straight draws, so I think he often has a queen in his hand. And he does, ace queen. Never folding that. And here we have two tides on our left. So I'm actually 3-bet isolating this Graphophone. He's opening 35% from UTG. So I'm not really worried about his UTG range. And we flop two pairs. And on table 1, I'm barreling versus Samantha. And river sucks. And he had ace king king. Yep. Well, the outcome was the best possible for us. When we were ahead, we got the money in, and when he got better hand, we didn't put any money on the pot, so it was perfect. On table 3, I'm going to pressure for internet poker. We have overpair and an open ender. In case he wants to call the turn. In this session, once again, I totally forgot to mark a hand that we can watch in Poker Juice in the end. So for the last 15 minutes and for any upcoming PLO meetings in the future, if you see a hand that you would like for me to analyze a bit more, use Poker Juice for seeing how often opponent has some kind of hands, or what would be the alternate lines, or some kind of what if question, like what if the river wasn't that one, what if the river is different. So any type of question or thing that I could use Poker Juice on, then just let me know so I can mark the hand, and in the end we can use 10 to 15 minutes to. Wow. He's 3-betting pocket kings, so I'm going to stack off with crappy aces. He cannot have aces, so whatever he has when he's a bit shorty, this is plus EV move. And we got the money in versus rundown. And we won the pot. Woo! Wow. Called the flop with just an ace and the cut shot. Didn't expect that one, especially from someone who has folded to c-bet 100%. But was it just 1 out of 1? Wow. 56 hands and has faced a flop c-bet only once. Strange. Stararbiter has seen me YouTube often, and if I'm a professional poker player, well, in terms I'm not professional. I'm a professional kindergarten teacher. So I'm not playing for a living. And there are a few reasons. One is that I really like my job, and second is that I really love steady income. And I know myself that if I would quit my job and become a professional poker player, one of the hardest things for me would be to put enough volume, because I'm just a procrastinator that I would always think that I can play later, I can play tomorrow. And I really don't like the stress that money issues bring to me. So I would need to have a big enough bankroll or big enough savings for, let's say, 3 months living. So I would need to have, well, I don't know, 10,000 euros savings and then the bankroll for poker. But as I don't have, then there's no chance for me to even think about becoming a professional. And I really like to keep my life as stress-free as possible at the moment. I'm going to check back on table 1. This is kind of board that Samantha might be bluffing. We have backdoor flush draw and we have the cut shot. And if he bets the third, I'm going to call. I'm not going to fold for 1 bet. And then we just have to play poker on the river. Ooh, that is nasty river. I would say that if he bets, then I'm really inclined to fold. Because I 3-bet him, and when his 3-bet range is mostly aces, often he thinks that the others are 3-betting with aces too. I'm going to fold my set. I'm pretty sure that he has a flush there really often. So I would say that if I didn't have family, then there would be a lot bigger chance for me to play a lot more and play for a living. But when you have a family, then steady income is a really nice thing. Because then it's not just you that is dependable of the money. But then when you have a family, and as I have 2 hobbies, and then I'm studying besides working and so on, then it would be really hard to play poker for a living. And this is a nasty situation. 2-pack 3-bets here. If this always bluffing calls, then I'm going to call and peel the flop. Let's see if we hit it or not. We are 200 pp's deep with 2-pack. So probably even if always bluffing doesn't call, I'm going to peel the flop. And we totally miss it. And I'm going to think for a while, so it's not so obvious that I just insta-folded. Staalarbeiter, how do you pronounce it, says that I could for the lunch money. If you refer to the kids in kindergarten, they don't have lunch money. We give them lunch for free. But, oh, that would be a nice flop for this hand. Ooh. I teach or taught those kids something about cards, and I love to do card tricks, and kids love them. They are really easy audience for card tricks because they don't just understand them, and they really think that true magic exists. So it's quite easy to get them fascinated. Not sure what their parents would think that if we had a poker in our daily program. Finnish players on table 4. And another Finnish player on table 2. And on table 2 I'm going to peel the flop. And we don't quite hit it. We have a blocker for the 9, but against 4 people, it's so probable that someone has a piece of that board. Wow, a pot bet and a raise. This should be 6-9 or pocket 9s. And this board might be overpair with the flush draw better. And there's, wow, trips versus flush draw. Oh Christ. That is a bad stack off in my mind. On table 1, I'm going to just put it top 2 and a gut shot. Should be ahead of their ranges pretty much always. And they both call and flush complete, so we don't win that one. So either one of them has to have a flush draw or a straight draw. It would be really strange if we win the one. And now this probably just has the flush draw. Didn't have odds for drawing for it. Wow. And there's not flush versus queen high flush, so they both have the flush draw, so they were blocking each other out, and still they both hit it. Would be a nice spot for us if the flush didn't come there. The other one had, he was drawing only for the flush, and the other one was drawing only for the flush, so didn't have anything else but the flush draws. Now roll 3 bets. Not sure if he gets tilted and wants to gamble for the rest of his money. Let's build flop. And cut shot middle pair. I'm going to stack up, so I'm going to show myself to have at least some folding equity. And he has not flush draw. Wow, we had 51 on the flop. Didn't make it. I haven't seen Tom Chambers' advanced PLO theory books. I haven't seen them. But I'm not sure if there's anything new, so to speak. Because nowadays, especially when you have a poker choose, you can just do those pretty advanced mathematical stuff with just a couple of mouse clicks. Number 1, I'm going to build a flop because then when he's not betting the turn, I don't think he has a flush. So now on the river, I'm going to check, and if he bets, I'm going to call. Because I think he might turn a lot of his hands into a bluff. Of course, if he bets queen jack, then it really sucks. And he has a second nuts. Wow. And slow bet on the turn. We have middle 2 pairs here. And when the button checks, he doesn't have much, so 2-back might be bluffing here often, so I'm going to peel. And there's a lot of rivers that he's going to check, so quite often we can go to showdown and see if our 2 pairs is enough. And river is kind of interesting card because both flush draws miss. So in theory he might bluff here, because I'm going to have a flush draw quite often. He shouldn't bet any queen 10, queen 8 type of hands here. So if he has jack 9, he bets. Once he checks, now it becomes easy to check back. But if he bets the river, I would definitely call here. And he doesn't have anything, just an open ender. And in a few orbits, we're going to close the session and see what was the end result. I kind of lost the track of our winnings, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were down a few bucks, because we have lost a couple of flips there on PLO 50. He bets pots. I'm going to fold. It's a pot size bet, and we have just a small flush draw and some backdoors. Not enough to call out of position. I'm not sure what is in Tom Chambers' advanced PLO theory books, but if I'm right, I think they are filled with some mathematical stuff that was really advanced when the book was published, but now with softwares like Pro Poker Tools, Oracle, and Poker Choose, which uses that one, you can just figure out those advanced stuff by yourself. Let's see if we can hit the king on table 1. Boom! No, we're not. But we have a cut shot and overpair. So I'm actually going to turn this hand into sort of bluff. If Samantha calls, then we have 6 outs for pretty much the nuts. And some hearts is good for us, and he does call. Oh, I'm going to check back and see. 4 is a nice card for us. Now the only hand that beats us is probably pocket aces. And he has, he had a wrap, so then it makes sense. So now the clock is 11 here in Finland, so it's time to close the session. Have to go to bed, have to wake up early tomorrow and be in shape, because it's game day. We're having a really important game tomorrow in our American football team. Table 2, just c-betting and kind of hope he folds would be the best outcome for us. But now when he check raises, we just give up. Oh, 2 books for 2,500. Wow. It was that book. Well, I find it really funny that someone makes a book that is worth 2,500 when probably all of the information is available on the internet. Yeah, it's probably the best material, but I don't think there's anything that you couldn't find out yourself if you really put effort to it. But 2,500, man, you can buy a lot of coaching with that money. Or you can pay 1,000 for someone to make all the calculations for you. It's like the Quick Pro manual that is actually a pretty expensive book too, for a book in my mind. It's a great book, but all of the information that it has is already somewhere on the internet. You just have to find it out on different sites. There aren't any secrets in PLO that should be found on the internet. Of course, there are some new trends, like how to play from the blinds and so on and so on, but the basic stuff, all the information is out there. You don't have to pay 2,000. Overpair and cut shot, definitely c-bet here. Wow, raises. People are raising us a lot. The thing here is that it's a pot size raise. He's raised 1 out of 5 times. there's a lot of hands he can raise as with like 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8 type of hands, 2 pairs, and he might have a set. But if we call, there aren't a lot of hands that we can actually call the turn. So if we call, we are hoping him to check the turn, and then we can go to river and hope we have the best hand. But we might be drawing 2 outer, 6 outer here. So I'm just going to give up. He hasn't raised that often. It's the second time in over 100 hands that he raises the flop. Okay, and let's just sit out on the next big blinds. On table 4 we have a nice hand. Let's see how it turns out. Nut flush draw and some backdoors. Let's continue by c-betting. It's kind of board where it's really hard for anyone to raise without 3 deuce. And that should be a pretty rare hand for them. And they give up, which is a decent outcome for us. And let me open my poker tracker. Wow. Outcome that I did not expect. But here it is. Oh. So we were actually losing on PLO 20, and I was pretty sure that we should be at least making money in EV on PLO 20 because we had quite a big stacks there. Sure, where did we lose? And in PLO 50 we were minus 120 BBs and lost almost 2 buy-ins, so ran a bit under EV. But in PLO 20 we ran 1 BB over EV, so it kind of evens out. But minus $74. Here we went down, we went up, we went down, slightly up, and well, in the end we lost a lot. I have to see where in the earth did we lose in PLO. Yeah, wow. There aren't any big pots that we lose on PLO 20. Biggest spot was when we had ace jack on the turn. So how come we well, probably lost, no we didn't, lost even that many of these medium-sized pots, like here's -8, -7, 6, 6, 3, 3, 3. There aren't any big losses, and then on the all-in adjusted winnings there's 12, then 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. So in my mind we won more in all-in adjusted than lost. But when we go to here, we are -4 in all-in adjusted, and it just doesn't make sense in my mind. Why? Oops. Let's see. Yeah. We lost around $74, so it's right. It's just strange to see, because in my mind the session went just the other way around. But not much you can do. In PLO 50 there was the hand where we had a nut flush draw and overpair versus the set, and then where there was the situation where we got the money in on the turn with set versus combo draw, and so on and so on. So cannot win all. We pretty much lost what we won before my holiday, so back to break even. I see you next Friday. We will have the Finnish night, so I will see you then, and all of those English viewers, I will see you in 2 weeks. And now, have a great weekend, and if you happen to be in Finland, in southern Finland, tomorrow, come to Lohja and watch our football game. Definitely worth watching. So, have fun and see you later. I'm going to put the cat video, and for Kauris, I was supposed to make a new cat video today, but didn't just have time to get it done. So I'm going to show you the old cat video. Sorry for that.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.